Bayer Leverkusen are going to win the treble. They are the words that not even the most ardent Bayer Leverkusen fan could ever dream of even saying. But the fact that it could come to fruition goes to show how good they are as a club right now, and what a great job Xabi Alonso has actually done as the manager of Bayer Leverkusen. But the question is, why are Bayer Leverkusen so good? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Sani-That sports guy talking all things sport, and of course today we're speaking football, but we're not speaking the Premier League or England or even the Champions League. We're speaking the Bundesliga, because Bayer Leverkusen have been on an absolute tear up this season, and we need to find out what's actually going on there. Roughly 20 years ago or so, Bayer Leverkusen were known as that team that just couldn't get it over the line. But they weren't known as Leverkusen, they were known as Neverkusen. We all remember in the 01-02 season where they held a 5-point lead with 3 games to go but didn't actually win the league and failed to hold on against Dortmund. And of course we can't forget the Champions League when Zinedine Zidane scored that volley at Hampden Park to inflict a defeat on Bayer Leverkusen. That actually meant that they went from potentially winning a treble to winning nothing that season. What's more is the fact that 2 years prior to that, on the final day of the season, a Michael Ballack own goal meant they actually lost the league as well. That bad luck actually runs throughout the club, and they're a team that, even though you might be thinking has a great history in the German league, has never actually won the Bundesliga. But times are changing with Xabi Alonso at the helm. He's done a great job for them. They haven't lost a single game all season and are on track to go undefeated in all competition, something unheralded. The feel-good factors there at Leverkusen. Alonso, a manager that's been touted for moving to Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Real Madrid, has actually said that he's staying put at Leverkusen because he's got a great thing going at Leverkusen and he doesn't want to disrupt that either. And why would he disrupt that with the mentality that is actually instilled at the club? This clutch ability that they have, where they'll have a never say die attitude and will always pull a result out no matter what the odds. A lot of it comes down to Alonso and the mentality he's instilled in the players, but the players need to take responsibility as well. And what a fine job they've done as well. And one player in particular that needs a standing ovation is Granit Xhaka. He arrived from Arsenal with a wealth of experience and the ability to act as Alonso's voice in midfield. And yeah, I get he's not everyone's cup of tea, but what he's brought to Leverkusen cannot be underestimated. He leads the Bundesliga for touches and passes, boasts a pass completion rate of almost 93%, which ranks third, and comes out on top across the whole division for distance covered this season. He's effectively the quarterback of the team. He organises defensive setup in his position, but also signals when to attack as well. And he's the main reason why I think Alonso's philosophy can actually uphold well, because Leverkusen ranks second for possession in the league. And in terms of overall pass completion, it stands at 89.6%, level with Bayern Munich. And what's not to like? It's a breath of fresh air that every single football fan in the world, excluding Bayern Munich fans, have dreamt of. Because for so long, the Bundesliga hasn't really been competitive. Yeah, we all know what should have happened last season, where Dortmund should have won the league. But every team has come so close, yet so far. But this year's different. Leverkusen have destroyed everybody in their path. Bayern Munich are nowhere to be seen. And for the first time in a while, we've got a league in Germany where we have something to look forward to. Because for so long we know the outcome, where we know Bayern Munich will win the league, but finally we have that say where there are teams that can compete with Bayern Munich, and Leverkusen have been the biggest proponent of that, and their system has to have a lot of credit given to it. That 3-4-2-1 formation they have is a thing of joy. And in goal, Hradeki's done his bit by saving over 80% of his shots that he's faced, the best proportion of any first choice goalkeeper in the league. We have that 3-man central defence, who all are players that are very good with the ball at their feet, strong, tall and quick. Jonathan Tah's helped shepherd a back line that has let in a league low 16 goals, and in front of them you've got that double pivot midfield of Xhaka and Palacios, who do their job to great extent. You've got Grimaldo on the left flank and Jeremy Frimpong on the right, 2 wing backs that cover the wide areas defensively so well, but also get involved in the attacks. And of course you've got Hoffman and Florian Wirtz pulling the strings as those 2 floating number 10s operating behind Boniface, who's been absolutely fantastic for them. Because that 3-4-2-1 formation packs the middle of the pitch, it means the 2 wing-backs have the pace to effectively attack the flanks and whip the balls in for the likes of Boniface, who are an absolute threat in the box. Because their wide players play such a high line in possession, it means that they're going to create chances galore. And when the ball is eventually lost, they pull back to halfway, which means that not only they have their shape of keeping that 3-4-2-1 formation, but it means that when they eventually do have the ball, you can shoot that ball down the flank and they'll be on it like a flash. And due to that tactical discipline, Leverkusen are one of only 2 teams that haven't actually conceded a goal on the counter-attack in the league. They've allowed the second fewest shots on goal, and when it comes to big chances created against them, they actually rank at the top, meaning it's pretty much watertight at the back for them. And if you look at this graphic, they don't just attack the flank, they go down the middle as well. If you look look at the inside left channel and inside right channel, that's 38%. So effectively, you have a third down the middle, a third on the left flank, and a third on the right flank. So even if you think you can double up with the likes of Grimaldo and Wirtz on one side, or even Hoffman and Frimpong on the other, they can still go down the middle, and they're going to be a threat down that side anyway. Grimaldo's got 7 goals and Frimpong's got 4. So you won't even rely on them crossing the ball into the box, because most of their goals come from the middle of the pitch. 65% of their goals have actually been initiated from the middle of the park, going to show that they're as strong on the flank as they are down the middle. And yeah, sometimes people say, oh, it's open play and they're not very good from set pieces, so what's the point getting corners or free kick? But in terms of goals from set pieces, they have the most in the Bundesliga, so they're the top of the league when it comes to that front as well. And where does this all come down to? Xabi Alonso. He's done an absolutely fantastic job. Me sitting here as a Man United fan, I'd love to have a Xabi Alonso at our club, but it's never going to happen, because at the end of the day, he's a Liverpool guy at heart. And although he won't move to Liverpool, Real Madrid, or even a Bayern Munich this summer, next summer will be the year where many clubs in Europe are going to be heavily invested in Xabi Alonso and will love to have him at the club. Obviously, that'll be a question for then, but right now, he's at Leverkusen. He's doing a great job. And regardless of whether they finish undefeated or not, it's been a fantastic season, where they'll win the league, they'll win the cup, and who knows, maybe they'll win the Europa League as well. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Something a bit different. I haven't really gone to the Premier League or stayed in European football in terms of the big clubs, but kind of looked at Leverkusen, the great job that they're doing, and in particular, Xabi Alonso as well, because it has been a fantastic job that he's done there, and something that I envy as a Man United fan, especially with my manager, Erik ten Hag, being a manager who'd love to implement a similar sort of system in terms of his ethos, in terms of the way he plays, but unfortunately hasn't really come to fruition. But anyway, I digress. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso. Do they win the treble? Do they finish undefeated as well? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. But as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to smash a like if you haven't already done so, share with your friends and family, and subscribe to Sani-That Sports Guy if you haven't already done so. But as always, guys, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, peace.